Hello bookish friends, my name is Gail and I am the Fiction Bookworm. So it is a Friday before Christmas and I had early dismissal at work today, which is really nice. And I decided that the thing I wanted to do with some of my extra time is do a 24-hour Christmas read-a-thon. So I'm really excited about that because I have 3 Christmas books that I want to get read, and I'm leaving on Sunday to go and stay with my mom at her house. And I know that it will be a little more difficult to get much reading done while I'm there. And I just really wanted to have a couple of days in which I could spend a lot of time reading and relaxing, and I have some Christmas stuff to do. Amidst my reading, I need to finish up my Christmas cards quick, and I also need to do a little bit of shopping and baking and other Christmassy activities. But I have 3 books that I'd like to get read, and I'll share with you those books right now. The first one is from my Once Upon a Book Club Christmas box, and I talked about this one a little bit already. It's called The Royal Christmas Wish by Lizzie Shane, and it is about 100 pages in, and so it is the story of a young New York girl who meets a prince, kind of the American girl meets the prince trope, but there is a magical element involved, sort of a fairy god elf, I guess, because it's a Christmassy theme, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's girl meets the prince is not my favorite trope, but it's kind of fun. We've gotten to a point where she is transported into sort of an alternate timeline in the future. And so I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out. So anyway, if you follow along, I guess you'll find out with me. The second Christmas book I'm hoping to read is one I've had on my shelf for a while and haven't quite got to, and that is The Mischief of the Mistletoe by Lauren Willig, and this is part of her Pink Carnation series. It's kind of a Christmassy offshoot, and I've not read it yet. I've been wanting to read it for years, so I'm really excited about reading this particular story in the Pink Carnation series. And then the third book that I'm planning to read in the course of the next 24 hours is by Sarah Morgan. And last year's Once Upon a Book Club Christmas book box was a book by Sarah Morgan called The Christmas Sisters. I really liked that book, and this is kind of similar. That was about like a mother and 3 daughters, and this is about this year's book that she publishes called A Wedding in December, and it's about a mother and 2 daughters. And it looks like it's from the point of view of the mother and one of the daughters. And they are both attending the wedding of the youngest daughter. And they're both concerned, I think, because they're not sure that she should be getting married. And that is an ebook that I have, and I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to that one because I really liked Sarah Morgan's book last year. So I'm going to get started reading now, and I'll let you know how everything comes out. Stay tuned for updates. Okay, so I got about 50 pages read in The Royal Christmas Wish, and then I worked on Christmas cards for a little while. Went to the post office, dropped those off. I am now working on cooking up some mushrooms that are in my fridge that I need to cook before I go out of town and get them ready for veggie burgers that I'm going to make tomorrow. And also I'm going to use some of them on a pizza for dinner tonight. And so I'm busy cooking. You can see here I got all my mushrooms cut up here and my pita bread ready to make the pizza. So I'll be making dinner, and then hopefully I'll have a little more time to read again. So just read for about about an hour and a half, I think. I got, another 120 pages read. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Actually, that went really quick. Haven't quite finished my book yet, but I'm hoping to before I go to bed. I'm sure I will. Check back later. Good morning. It is day 2 of my 24-hour Christmas read-a-thon, and I had a busy morning already. I did finish A Royal Christmas Wish last night before I went to sleep. It was very cute. I liked the fact that it was a sort of an alternate Ghost of Christmas Future kind of magical story. I did really like that a lot, and yeah, it turned out cute. I liked it. It's kind of interesting because Royal Christmas Wish is published by Hallmark. They have a new publishing arm or something like that, and they so there's a Hallmark movie and a book. It's I don't know if the book is based on the movie or the movie is based on the book, but there is a movie out there for it, I think. I don't have the Hallmark Channel, so I don't think I'll get to see the movie. And because it is a royal love story kind of thing, I'm not sure it's one that I would like. I could see how as a movie it could be really sort of cheesy. I didn't really feel like it was that cheesy as a book. There's one scene when we first get into the alternate future that felt a little bit on the cheesy side, but once we get past that hurdle, I felt like everything worked really well. So it was a cute book. I would probably rank it as somewhere around the 3 to 4 star range. I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought it was worth my time. It was enjoyable. It was a cute little escape, but it wasn't a book that I love. So that's where I'm at, probably 3.5, maybe 4 stars. So then I started last night as well, and early this morning, what's it called? The one by Sarah Morgan. The Christmas Wedding, I think is the title. It's an ebook, so I like to read ebooks in bed. So I started that this morning, and I've read 2 chapters, and I really, really am liking it. It's basically has 2 POV characters, the mom and the older daughter, Katie, or not Katie. Katie's the younger daughter. I forgot already. But anyway, so it's the mom and the older sister, and so what we learn in the first 2 chapters, I think, are pretty much the description of the book and sort of the premise of the book, which I'm really enjoying. I probably am not going to spend a lot of time on that anymore during my read-a-thon because it's an ebook and it's easy for me to read at my mom's house. But it is, the youngest daughter has been dating a guy for 2 years, and they get engaged over Thanksgiving and decide they're going to get married at Christmas. And so the mom's secret that she is hiding is the fact that the parents are separated and their marriage is over. And she still hasn't told her daughters, and her husband's like, you have to tell them, you have to tell them. And she's like, well, I'm not going to tell her, when she's just gotten engaged. And he's like, well, before the wedding you have to. So, and then she also doesn't tell him that she has some secret papers on her table. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure I'll learn in the next chapter. And then chapter 2 is about the oldest daughter, and she is a doctor, an emergency room doctor, and she has recently been through some kind of trauma. It sounds like she's maybe having some panic attacks, and her coworker is very concerned about her and thinks she needs to take some time off. But the author hasn't revealed what that trauma is yet. But the sister sees a lot of trauma, and in the chapter she is working with a woman who just got beat up by her husband, and she's like, I don't understand, he was so perfect. you know, he seems so perfect, and then, you know, he does this. I thought he loved me, and then he, you know, beat her up. And so this is what her sister Katie says about her fiance. He's so perfect. He's so perfect. I want to get married right away because he's so perfect. So she thinks, oh man, this guy is, you know, if he's that perfect, he's obviously hiding a dark side that he doesn't want her to see. So she's wants to go to the wedding to break them up. The mom is feeling very hurt because the mother-in-law to be is a wedding planner, and she's planning the whole wedding and sees Katie as a daughter she never had, and she's going to help her pick out the wedding dress. And mom is feeling like she's missing out on all the stuff that she thought she would get to do with her daughter to plan her wedding. But she's terrified to fly, so she's got to find a way to get herself on an airplane from England to Denver, or even to the mountains of Colorado, where the groom's family owns a ski lodge. So she's got to figure out a way to get herself on a plane across the Atlantic so that she can be there for the wedding. It's cute. So what I'm going to actually start next, in between some of my packing for my Christmas trip and other chores around the house, is going to be The Mischief of the Mistletoe by Lauren Willig. So I'm hoping to start that and get a good way through. I don't think I'll finish it today. I do think I can get a good way through. I think my goal will probably be to get about halfway through before the end of my read-a-thon. And then I still have a few days before Christmas to finish both books. So I'll check back with you later. Well, friends, it is 3 o'clock, which means my 24-hour Christmas read-a-thon is over. I have been listening to, actually, The Mischief of the Mistletoe. I have the book right here, but I kind of thought I had the audiobook as well, and so I checked after my last video, and sure enough, I had the audiobook, which was great because I needed to do some cooking, and I needed to do some cleaning, and take my dog for a walk. So I was able to do all of those things while listening to the book. It didn't mean that I didn't make as much progress in the book because I don't listen to high-speed audiobooks. I prefer to listen to it at the one regular speed, and just enjoy the story, especially if it's you know, a story with new characters. It usually takes me a little bit longer to process. And the book I think only got about 70 pages, which I would have liked to have gotten more, but that's okay. I will have that book to listen to in the car ride tomorrow, and in the car while I'm driving tomorrow, and I will get at least halfway through what I have left in the car tomorrow, so that'll be nice. So I'll get probably half to maybe 60% of the way through the book, I think, by the time I get to my mom's tomorrow. So it'll be pretty easy to finish, I think, while I'm there. And then, yeah, so let me tell you a little bit about what I'm thinking of The Mischief of the Mistletoe so far. So it is the story of a character that's known as Turnip, who has appeared in previous stories in the Pink Carnation series. It's a little bit more of a standalone though, because it doesn't feature the contemporary sort of storyline of the characters who are doing some research. It's just set in the 18th century. Jane Austen is a character in the novel. So in my Jane Austen adjacent reading month, which was my goal, to read a bunch of Jane Austen adjacent novels, it actually is one of them. I didn't realize that before I started reading. So it's like a 5th book to add to my list of Jane Austen novels that I wanted to read this month. So that was pretty fun. And yeah, it seems like a cute little mystery, you know, very much an early 1800s kind of Jane Austen Regency period, you know, little romance. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing it. And it's really cute. It starts off with a mystery of a Christmas pudding with a mysterious message, and you know, hints at spies and things, which of course are common in the Pink Carnation series because they're all spies. So yeah, so overall I feel like the readathon has been pretty successful. I didn't get as much reading done as I hoped, but I also, you know, it's a busy time getting ready for Christmas. Yeah. So I hope that you enjoyed following along on my readathon and that you will pick up these 3 Christmas books. I'd say they're all really good ones to read for Christmas, and there's still a couple of days left before Christmas, so if you're looking for something to read, you can pick up any one of the 3 of these, and I think you would enjoy it. So, Merry Christmas and happy reading. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.